To truly be successful flipping houses, you have to become an expert at the short-term investing game. And that game is constantly changing based on how the real estate market ebbs and flows and goes from high inventory to low inventory and from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Well, as of right now, at the time of this recording on this video, I'm gonna show you the absolute best way to make money flipping houses right now, coming up.
Go to 8weekacademy.com to claim your free copy of Jerry Norton's most popular training. In it, he reveals his blueprint for making $100,000 per year with real estate.
If you're new here to this channel, I'm Jerry Norton with FlippingMastery.com, and this channel is all the ways to help you make money wholesaling and flipping real estate so you can live your dream life. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss new videos. When it comes to making money in real estate, most people have a very narrow-minded approach and think in terms of either wholesaling the contract to a cash buyer via an assignment or fixing and flipping the house and reselling for top dollar to a retail buyer. And most flippers fall into one of those two categories. And while both strategies are viable techniques and if done properly can earn you a six-figure and in my case a seven-figure annual income, by thinking either or, you're missing out on some huge opportunities and leaving a lot of money on the table. Now, I like to look at myself not as a wholesaler or a fix and flipper or a new construction flipper, but rather a short-term real estate investor and entrepreneur. That means I'm really an opportunist who takes real estate and the current market conditions, supply and demand, and does whatever provides the maximum return on investment for the given time and resources. That means I'm flexible, I'm open-minded, and I'm willing to adapt quickly. I don't have rules that limit my options. In fact, I thrive in a changing market because I understand that the early adapters always profit the most. And as your YouTube flipping coach, my job is to challenge your current way of thinking and expand your possibilities. Are you ready? Let's go. Right now, as of this recording and into the foreseeable future, generally speaking, in most markets, we're experiencing low inventory. That means there are not enough houses for sale for the demand. This is called a seller's market because the sellers rule the day. When a house comes out for sale, it doesn't sit very long. There are often multiple offers and it sells quickly, sometimes over asking price. Despite that, right now, all of the so-called experts are predicting that because of excessive unemployment caused by the pandemic, a tsunami of foreclosures is coming in 2021, which will flood the market with inventory and change the landscape from a seller's market to a buyer's market, where there will be more supply than demand, which in turn will drive down real estate values. While no one has a crystal ball, my honest opinion, and the one thing that the internet experts fail to mention, is that most Americans have equity in their homes, and as a result, they are not going to walk from their properties. Now think about it. You get laid off and you can't make your mortgage payment, but you have $70,000 in equity in your home. Are you going to give your property back to the bank and walk away from your equity, or are you going to sell it and recapture as much equity as you can? Of course you're going to sell it, and not everyone is going to sell at the same time, and there is such low inventory right now that it would do the market some good to get some more inventory on the market. But will there be some foreclosures? Yes, but a tsunami that will crash the real estate market in 2021, I just don't see it. Now, I could be wrong. It's happened one other time where I was wrong. There was this one time where I thought I was wrong about something, but come to find out I was right. Other than that one time, just kidding. I tell that joke to my wife and she just looks at me with a confused look on her face. But no, I don't believe that we're going to see a real estate crash in 2021. I'm actually more concerned about inflation with the trillions of dollars that we're pumping into the economy with all of the stimulus money. That is going to have a far greater catastrophic long-term impact than temporary unemployment. At any rate, and the point of this video is to discuss what the current best way to make money is flipping houses in real estate right now. And I'm going to first simplify this and then break it down with examples and different scenarios so you really grasp this concept. I believe as of right now, any property that you can take down and close on and purchase it, you will make more money relisting it for sale on market publicly on the MLS. Now, regardless of what you do to the property, I'm convinced that going on market with your deals is going to get you the most money for your deal. Once you take down a property and buy it, depending on the condition of the property and the comps in the neighborhood, there are 4 different ways to maximize your profit reselling the property. And I especially want you wholesalers to listen up because you could be making so much more money right now. Let's start with what I call level 1 cash only deals. I'm referring to really distressed properties where the damage to the property is extensive and it won't pass a mortgage inspection, so it can't sell to a retail buyer. Now, these properties will only sell to investors who are willing to pay all cash and fix them up. If you're a wholesaler and you get a cash only type property, rather than assigning the property to a cash buyer, I believe you can make way more money by purchasing the property and then immediately relisting it for sale on the MLS. Even after paying closing fees and commissions, you'll find a cash buyer willing to pay way more, and I don't care how good your cash buyer list is. There are so many buyers looking for deals right now, and listing them for sale on the MLS will get you the highest price. Don't believe me? Try it and you'll see. I recently did a cash only deal where the most I could get doing an assignment was $5,000. It was a huge rehab that needed over $100,000, and instead of assigning it for $5,000, I took it down, bought it. I didn't do a thing to the property, listed it for sale in the MLS using a flat fee service for $399, and immediately got a cash buyer for $20,000 more. After closing fees and commissions, my net profit was $14,000. And if you're willing to do some level of improvements, you'll make even more. And I know what you're thinking, wholesalers. I don't do rehabs. That's not what I do. I'm a wholesaler. I don't have the time, experience, resources, or financing to start rehabbing houses. If that's what you're thinking, just stay with me and hear me out. The next level is what I call a punch list deal, where the total rehab budget is under $1,500. Now, these are properties where they're dated but in really good condition. I call this livable condition, where it just needs a minor list of items fixed and a really good cleaning, and then it's ready to relist and sell to a retail buyer. We call it the FHA punch list. It's minor things that will get flagged on a first-time buyer FHA loan inspection. Things like peeling paint or a loose handrail or a torn screen. Things that a handyman can take care of in a day or two. So the strategy is to knock out a minor list of repairs and do a really good cleaning, take new pictures, and relist for sale on the MLS. There's no rehabbing here. You're not replacing the cabinets and redoing new bathrooms, none of that. Let me give you an example of a deal I have right now to illustrate. I was able to get this deal for $65,000. The after repair value, or ARV, is $125,000 if I were to go in and do a full rehab and spend about $25,000. But that's not the play on this deal. The livable condition market value is $90,000 to $95,000, and to get that, I only need to spend approximately $1,500. Now, this house looks really bad because it's really messy. The owner's adult daughter is living in the unfinished basement on a mattress, and they have crap everywhere from floor to ceiling. It's filthy, but if you look past all of that, it's a perfectly functional house. Now, I haven't closed on it yet, but once I buy it and then I move them out, I'm going to budget $1,000 or so to do a small punch list of minor repairs. Then I'm going to clean it really good, take nice pictures, and then relist it for sale on market for $99,900 and hopefully resell it for $95,000 and net around $20,000 after closing fees and commissions. That's my plan anyways. So compare this to wholesaling, where I could assign the contract. I would have to buy this property for $50,000 to $55,000 in order to wholesale it to a cash buyer for $60,000 to $65,000 to leave enough room for the cash buyer to spend $25,000 on a rehab so he can make some money reselling it for $125,000. So wholesalers, on the right deals, if you're willing to take it down, buy it, spend $1,000 to $1,500 doing a small punch list, and then resell it on market to a retail buyer, you can make a lot more money. Now, I know there's a downside. Not only do you have to have the funding to take down the deal, and now you have to wait until you close with a retail buyer, but if you can make 2 or 3 times as much on the same deal. It's worth a serious look. Now, my goal with this type of deal is to have approximately a $25,000 to $30,000 gross profit spread on the deal, so that after paying $1,500 in repairs, closing fees, and commissions, I still net a $15,000 to $20,000 profit. Okay, the third level is a little bit more of a rehab, but still easily manageable, and that's a carpet and paint rehab and nothing more. You're not redoing the kitchen, you're not redoing the bathrooms or anything else. With some deals, it's amazing the profit you can earn just by doing new carpet and fresh paint. It completely transforms the property. Now let me give you an example on another deal I'm about to close on right now. This is a 1,300 square foot 2-bedroom condo that I have under contract for $130,000. It's the original owner and it's in pristine condition, even though it looks like a time warp from 1970. I have a $10,000 rehab budget, which is $4,000 to repaint the entire house, including the kitchen and bath cabinets and the basement paneling, $3,500 for all new carpet and flooring, and I'm budgeting $2,500 for new appliances. That's it. I'm not touching the bath tile or countertops or doors or anything else. Now my goal is to be done in 1 week and relisted for $194,900 and hopefully earn $30,000 to $35,000 net profit after rehab, closing fees, and commissions. So on carpet and paint type deals, since I'm doing a little bit more, I want to make about a $30,000 or so net profit. And the fourth level is a full-blown rehab where you do everything and try to sell for top market value. And for these types of deals, I think you better be going after a $50,000 plus profit, or it's probably just not worth all the effort. And by the way, I'm always looking for good deals that I can flip for profit. I've got cash and systems in place to flip houses anywhere, and I'll pay you $10,000 for every deal you bring me that fits my criteria. So if you'd like to learn how you can be a finder for me, go to my10kcheck.com to register for a free training to get all the details. So here's how I'm looking at the business right now. With each contract we get, we take a hard look at the comps in the neighborhood in relation to the condition of the property, and I ask, what is the best exit for this deal? Is this a cash-only deal? Is this a punch list deal? Is this a carpet paint deal? Or is this a full-blown rehab deal? Which exit is going to give us the highest return in the shortest amount of time, given the effort and resources it's going to take? There is no right answer other than the more I do, the more I better make, whatever the answer is. Now, the next question I ask is, how do we take down this deal so that we can resell it on the open market? Why? Because with the current low inventory, we'll get the maximum price for our deal by taking it on market for the exit. And if you're looking to make flipping houses a full-time 6 and even 7-figure annual income, then register for a free training to learn how you can personally mentor and partner with me on deals. To register for that free training with all the details, just go to fasttrackwithjerry.com. And hey, if this video helped you look at the business from a different perspective and gave you ideas on how to crush it flipping houses, do me a favor and leave a comment and say, Jerry, you are a flipping genius. And I know the biggest constraint for most to take deals down is funding. So I want you to watch a video where I break down how to get 100% funding for your deals. That means none of your own money in the deal. Now watch that video now, and if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel. With over 550 videos, this is the #1 channel on YouTube for all things wholesaling and flipping, and I'll see you on the next video.